Divided capital, the centre of an island cut in half and separated by a 112-mile-long buffer zone. Patrolling it are 800 unarmed UN peacekeepers, impartially maintaining the status quo. In Sector 2, which includes Nicosia, that falls to the British Army and currently around 250 members of the Scots Guards.
Well, first and foremost, it's been a fantastic experience. You're right, these are young, inexperienced soldiers operationally. So they have no medals, but this is a great introduction. The tour is all about junior leadership, so we very much rely on guardsmen, lance corporals, getting on that out on the ground in the buffer zone, telling us what's going on, very much feeding the information up into the headquarters, and we react from there.
Fighting ended in 1974, but no formal peace agreement has ever been signed. The buffer zone marks the positions of both sides when the conflict ended. The UN's job is to try and maintain those borders while the peace process takes place and prevent incursions that might inflame the situation, things like illegal hunting or construction. Lance Sergeant Dean Chapman joined the Army 7 years ago and served in Afghanistan in 2012.
That's all I knew Cyprus as, of a holiday destination. I never knew it as there was a conflict nearly 50 years ago. So to know that there was actually a buffer zone in place and the UN was there, been here now for 50 years, it kind of enlightened me a wee bit in learning the history on both sides. Didn't know it was a split city, and I didn't know it was obviously a divided country.
Patrolling with Dean is 22-year-old Jack Roden. He joined the Army 5 years ago, and this is his first operational tour.
It was almost confusing because one minute you're going around and it's all modern, and the next minute it's like you're back in time again. And yeah, it was just a bit weird at first, but you get used to it.
At its widest, the buffer zone is more than 4 miles across, but in the centre of Nicosia, the two sides are much closer.
We've just entered the narrowest part of the buffer zone, measuring just over 3 metres wide. And in 1974, both opposing forces were within 3 metres of each other, so there was a lot of escalated tensions in this area. And this area is known as Spear Alley. And the reason why it's known as Spear Alley is because the National Guard, to my south, constructed a spear made out of sticks and a bayonet. And what they did, they reached over and started poking a Turkish forces soldier to the north. In retaliation, the Turkish forces threw petrol bombs over to the south, and you can still see the burn damage today.
One of the landmarks of the buffer zone is Ledra Palace. Once the only 5-star hotel in Cyprus, this was the height of luxury. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton once stayed here. In 1974, it found itself in the middle of the two opposing sides, and the building and even the swimming pool still bear the scars of battle. It eventually became home to UN troops, first Canadian paratroopers, then in 1993, British peacekeepers.
Okay, so this is the iconic Ledra Palace Hotel in the centre of Nicosia out in Cyprus, and this is where this is what we call home as the British forces out in Operation Tosca. It is quite an old building. It was built in the 1940s. We do have a small team of people who try and sort of keep the building in its best state, so obviously so the guys can refer to it as home and have that homely feel. There's some very iconic rooms within the hotel, as well as a swimming pool, a basketball court and a volleyball court, which obviously allows the guys to sort of enjoy themselves and make the most of those opportunities for sport whilst they're in a bit of downtime. It is a very nice old building, but like I say, we just need to keep on top of it in a good old British Army fashion.
Ledra Palace guardroom lunch and be speaking up.
The future of the hotel and the question of whether it's still fit for modern-day use has been under discussion for a while, and there's expected to be a decision next year. In the meantime, troops here keep it running, dealing with everyday problems and improving it where they can.
On a day-to-day, it can be very demanding. Simple little jobs like toilets need fixing, or the shower curtains are broke, stuff like that. Getting supplies in for your cleaning products, general maintenance really. We've just done the crazy golf course. We've just stripped all that back. We're going to start painting it back up and getting it all good to go again. The volleyball court itself, that's getting refurbished up, relaid.
So when you went in the Army, did you imagine you were going to be a hotel manager at some point?
Never, not at all, no.
For the 1st Battalion as a mechanised infantry unit, this is a tour that requires some particular non-green skills. From Cyprus, they'll return to 12th Armoured Infantry Brigade and be on high readiness until next year, when they move from Aldershot back to Catterick. This time on Tosca, providing many of its guardsmen with their first medal and a soldiering experience unlike any other.